Our FedEx guy came. What did he bring?
He brought me my new cordless drill. My little
wow, I love the light.
Yeah, the light, yeah, really. And it's smaller, shorter. The same height. It feels about the same weight. It's very heavy. This one's brushless. I'm charging the battery. This battery is probably just about dead, but I've got the little battery charger. And it has a really nice little has a nice little bag here. I'm very, cute. I don't know what I'll do with it, but it's cute.
Right, we have several Ryobi Husky now DeWalt bags, and Don doesn't tend to use them.
No, but yeah.
Although I guess this one you could keep it in the house some. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I agree. I'm just, like I said, this thing is really heavy. It's brushless. I like that it's shorter.
It's really heavy? You mean it's really light? Well, it's heavier than the other one?
No. I mean, it doesn't feel like junk.
Right.
Let me say.
Because let me hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what, a half a pound to a pound? Yeah, probably a pound. You're right. It's, for me, I would say it's a little heavier than I would want. But so you're right. Your term of it's not a piece of junk. It weighs something. There's some real mechanics in there. I buy it.
The gearbox here feels like it's actually made out of metal.
Well, like we said, I ran over the other one and it never missed a beat. It's just got a scuff on it. And Don has loved that drill since the day he got it, which was probably like in the 5 year ago.
2012.
Okay, well, time flies, so it was 8 years ago now. But I remember when you got it.
I've used that drill. I mean.
Yeah, when we moved me, everything that came apart and everything that went back together, that drill, because it's just perfect size for your hand and keeping up with it, and it was powerful enough. And anyway, so Don took the FedEx guy's picture because apparently when you appreciate your FedEx guy dropping stuff off, you take his picture and you post it on Instagram probably. I'll help you find it.
Yeah, there was something.
He's got the picture. He said the nice guy smiled for him and everything. And then Don brought the thing in, put gloves on, brought it in the house, took it out, opened the box up, washed his hands. Then he took it out of the box because obviously what's inside the box is good. And
well, what I did.
Anyway, we were really careful with the box.
The bottom line was basically, I poured this out of the box. Everything was in this nice bag, and I opened the box without touching this. And I poured this on the kitchen table because I'm sure this has been packed up for
forever.
Weeks. So.
Right, we weren't worried about what was inside the cardboard, just potentially the cardboard.
I took everything outside, and as Marianne said, then I came back and washed my hands before I started handling all this stuff. Yeah,
handling the daily mail and the things you get from Amazon, like my caffeine pills came this morning, and Don dumped them on the counter, and then I washed, since those bottles are washable, I washed the bottles. So we're trying to carefully process the mail, but it's really hard.
It's very difficult.
It's really hard.
I've been practicing trying to be careful and conscious of every motion I make, and it's not easy to do. At least when you're old like me and set in your ways, you're just used to doing certain things certain ways, and it's like, oh, I got to be careful, I can't touch that. The box was big, and it's like I couldn't, I had to carry it in my hands instead of like tucking it under my arm, for example. Things like that. When I came up to the door, I had to use my elbow instead of reach for the door handle and open it up. And anyway. I would tell you, if you plan to, you should practice, is what I'm getting at.
Right, we treating this stuff like it all could have the virus on it, even though we consider most of these things to be low risk.
Right.
Since we have not gone anywhere, we got to protect stuff coming in this way too. But it's not going to get through your hands as long as you're washing right away. You're probably okay. Anyway, we're being as careful as we can, and just hope it's enough.
Hope it's enough, that's right.
Johnny's just in from his private Taekwondo lesson. How'd it go?
It went well.
What'd they have you doing today?
A lot of form, a little exercise.
Okay, so you did practice form today. Okay, well, cool. So Don says before he goes for his run, taxes take 2.
Right.
Don opens this window whenever it's chilly in the house and it's okay to let heat come in. So this is the first time it's been open for a few days. Nighttime's taking full advantage. Right, sweetie? So I'm going to spend a few minutes and go through all of the minifigures that were in that big tub from Michelle. I have no idea what sets the kids had or what was passed on to us. I just found this Star Trek Mega Blocks guy, which is really cool. But, you know, I don't know if the kids put together any Scooby stuff or not. So Don and I are the unexpected recipients of an act of great kindness today.
Yeah, we sure
Kyle messaged me, and him and Alyssa were headed to the grocery store for themselves and some neighbors. And they wanted to know if we needed anything from the store. And of course, at first I said no, because I'm independent and I don't want to ever put anybody out. And
25 miles away from here.
Yeah, and they're not that close.
They're not that close.
But the more I thought about my fear factor on going into the store, which is real for me.
For her, yeah.
And everything we had been doing to stay safe.
Yeah.
I decided to accept their offer. So they ran and got us 10, 15, some quantities, but items.
Coffee, creamer.
Right.
Or a heavy whipping cream for our coffee. That's the only...
That's not the only thing, but that is one of the things. Some cat food. So they'll be here in a little bit to drop it off. Unfortunately, obviously, we can't visit, but...
Right.
My heart is warmed that they would have offered to do that
really
for us.
Sweet. That was great.
Did you not? It's the taxes are putting you to sleep.
Oh,
He's
God,
still
yes.
sitting here doing taxes.
But I'm now done with the federal, and I am getting a small refund, or we are getting a small refund. So
we're not having to pay big amounts of money. That's good.
I'm not having to cough up more money, so that puts me in a little bit better mood.
So to the best of my ability, I'm doing body repair now, putting heads back on, reattaching these tiny small hands, making sure everybody's got pants. I won't be able to fix them all, but I'm fixing what I can. Hi, pretty girl. There she is. Hello, hello. I love it when... I know, it sucks. It's the right thing to do, but it sucks.
Is that our grocery delivery service?
That's right. Elsa, you stay in there, love.
It's the best visitor we've had in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And always one of our favorite visitors.
Yeah.
What I'll do is let me come over and I'll drop them over there.
Okay. We'll walk further this way. Come here, Johnny. You're the best.
Okay, so because this is a technology channel,
Right.
it's a Tesla channel,
Right.
I went to pick up one of their items from Walmart.
Right. I had an item in the tower.
That's right, the tower. I didn't know this existed, so I walked into Walmart. It's a big pickup sign. I walked over to this machine that's literally a tower. It's hexagonal shape.
Yep.
20 feet tall?
20 feet, 30 feet. I mean,
Yeah, it's big. It's huge. It goes to the ceiling pretty
screens
much.
all
Yep.
over it. And I walk up, a little glass door opens up. I take my phone. Marianne had sent me a barcode. I go, boop, and then it moves all around and presents me with the bag. And that's all I had to touch. So I walked in, didn't talk to anyone, didn't interact with anything. And the only item I physically touched was the bag, pulling it out of the machine. Really cool.
Well, thank you for doing that. You're supporting me building the Cybertruck.
No problem.
right.
That's
I
great.
appreciate it.
Good.
It was Legos. I did tell him in advance it was Legos and not
That's right. I
a
knew it was
mission.
Legos and not tampons or anything.
Right.
Too funny. Well, we had a really good chat with Kyle with the appropriate social distancing, and I told him he really made my day. It was so good to see him. Well, out of all of those minifigures, this is all that I wasn't able to repair. I do have some parts in the other room, so I'm going to keep it separate. I didn't put the hats on, so I got lots of hats. There's all the ones I put together. There's a few Star Wars, Minecraft, Simpsons, SpongeBob over here. Wasn't expecting to find Velma, didn't find Velma. I hear you filed them.
Yeah, they're sent.
Don said the little break when Kyle came was just enough that he could go back and review them and be ready to send them, so.
Right, exactly correct.
Don's going to go for his run, and I'm going to go grab my Pokemon.
That's right.
I don't know if you can tell, but all three are up there right now. I had, moved Ruby out when Johnny did his Taekwondo, so Again, I'm gonna do my Pokemon and then put her back in the garage. Doesn't seem like there's too much pollen today since we did have some rain overnight. Gotta have my daily Tesla drive though. Different cars, I think, but the usual number here at the environmental park. And the sky sure is pretty up there. I needed to see that today. There are at least 15 or 20 people over here at South Park walking. Quite a few more cars in the parking lot today.
Really pretty day today. These, I don't know, snow cone trees are very pretty. Nice and white.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, pretty girl.
Go, Donnie, go. It is. Well, I give him a big credit for getting out there most every day or doing something equivalent. The bacon on the cookie sheet came out perfect. All right, hold the presses. I'm actually letting Don put a carb in his mouth. He's got 2 eggs over easy, 4 strips of bacon, and some red beans and rice with some smoked ham in it. Looks pretty yummy, huh?